I love instant ramen. It's been the main thing I eat for like 4 years now. Like 5 times a week. You could probably say I have an unhealthy obsession with it, but I don't really care. It's been one of my favorite foods for pretty much as long as I can remember. My earliest memories of them were with these 康师傅红烧牛肉面. Very often I would beg my parents to have them for dinner. I liked asking mom more than dad to make them for me, because there was this one time that I still distinctly remember where I had asked my dad to make them for me, and he agreed. But then he brought out this bowl, and I immediately noticed the fact that there was no soup. He put all the seasonings in it though, so it was very salty. It was so salty. I felt bad not eating it, because my dad just made it for me, so I just sat there anyway and finished what I thought was a good enough portion to say that I was full. This didn't affect my love for ramen, of course, but it was definitely pretty salty. Soon after those days, I moved to the United States. We still had my favorite Kanshifu noodles for a while, which, by the way, if you've never had them, you should try to find them from an Asian grocery store and try it, because it's amazing. The red and purple packages are my favorite. But now that we're in America, they've become kind of a rare breed in the ramen sections. For many years, I never found them on the ramen shelves in the stores anymore, so I had to branch out into other instant noodles. I sort of remember my first time trying Maruchan's chicken ramen, and let's just say I wasn't the biggest fan of it for a while, because it just doesn't have that same level of flavor and spice. Soon after that, though, we had discovered the Shin Ramyun, and my obsession with ramen began again. This was around 4th or 5th grade now, so I had learned how to make them myself, using the microwave. Many days after school, I would get the apartment to myself for a couple hours, and sometimes with it, I would secretly cook myself shin ramen. Good times. In 5th grade, I had this friend who invited me to her house a lot, who was American and who liked Maruchan ramen, so she reintroduced me to them. I've started to understand the American flavors by then, so this time around, I really like them. It's also because I figured out the flaw with how they were cooked before. So you might know, but this kind of ramen is only good with little to no water. You lose, like, all the flavor eating it with a lot of soup, which I did before because I was used to that. So the Shin and Maruchan ramens was what took me through 5th grade. Then 6th grade came and I somehow got into watching ASMR food videos. So of course I had to watch the noodle videos. And that's how I discovered the Buldak 2X spicy noodles. Specifically had to be that one, because everyone was saying how it was the spiciest noodles in the world and doing the spicy noodle challenge and stuff. I managed to get my hands on one. I'm not sure what I was thinking. Probably a combination of, yeah, I've eaten like lao gan ma, I can handle spice, and just kind of being unable to even imagine how spicy things could get. But I don't know, one day, just casually, I got hungry and was like, let me have the 2X spicy bulldog noodles. I was a freaking 6th grader at the time. The best part, our family doesn't really drink milk, and thinking I knew spicy, me decided to ignore all the advice I've heard from the internet people and have water with my bulldog ramen. I thought it was pretty delicious the first couple bites in, but then the spice kicked in and I started to die. I chugged water, which surprisingly didn't help. Desperately found my way to the fridge and got strawberries, which kinda helped. I was able to recover from the first dose in a few minutes of sitting there in pain. If there's one thing you can learn about me from this, is that I just, don't learn. I probably should have figured out after that this thing is way too spicy for me. But no, I somehow convinced myself that it wasn't so bad. Went in for round 2, died more this time, and round 3, and however many more rounds of me eating some bites of it, the spice kicking in, running to my room with mouth pain, and laying in bed until the spice sorta went away, only to go back to the kitchen again until I had finished the whole thing. I remember the experience to be traumatizing, but for some reason, I think a few weeks or month later, I decided to have those noodles again. I'll say it was worth it now though, cause today I take much pride in my high spice tolerance. Anyway, some years after that, I found a channel and video that changed my life. Gloom and her mixing all the best instant noodles video. I actually haven't heard of a lot of her selection before, but after trying them, I really liked all the noodles she recommended in that video. And the 2x spicy bulldog training proved to come in handy because I really enjoy the carbonara bulldog ramen without any issues with its spice level. And that got me really into bulldog noodles in general. I tried the curry flavor, which was my favorite for a while. I remember this period of time where every time we went grocery shopping at the Asian market, I came out hauling just a bunch of ramen. I started trying out new flavors on my own too. My preferences have mostly stayed the same since then. My favorite instant noodles currently are the Bulldog habanero noodles. I'd be very happy to give you guys an in-depth detail of my favorite recipe sometime. For now though, I'll just say that I like to add a tomato and shiitake mushrooms and rice cakes and cheese, and for soup noodles, spinach also. And that is my instant ramen journey up until this point. Thank you for watching. Do what you know you want to, and see you another time.